briefly address something that I see quite a bit online from the Catholic social media influencers, and that's this assertion that Protestantism is just hopelessly divided, is in a constant state of doctrinal schism and division, and because people can't agree on how to read the Bible and how to read the Bible, it's just this ever expanding list of new denominations that are getting created because people can't find unity. And what's held up as the alternative to that is to come home to the Catholic Church, where there's unity. So I think it is very important that we recognize the need for unity among Christians. It's important that we never downplay or diminish the seriousness of division among Christians. And we can admit fairly and squarely that the existence of so many denominations in the Christian world is not a good thing. It's a symbol of a division that is not Christ's intention for his church. That said, I think it's important not to overstate the division that exists among Christians either. Catholics tend to see unity in a very official kind of capacity, or you're united with the church when you are officially a member of the church. And again, not to in any way downplay or diminish the importance of church membership. Protestantism is generally less institutional in the way it frames things and thinks about things. So I would say that among Protestants, there's a lot more unity than Catholics are aware of. Not unity on paper, but real unity nevertheless. And let me try to explain what I mean by that. So when I was in college, I worked at Camp Barnabas, which is a Christian camp in Missouri for kids and adults with physical and or intellectual disabilities. And camp was very diverse. I mean, we had Roman Catholics on staff, we had Lutherans on staff, Baptists, Presbyterians, Church of Christ, Episcopal, Methodist, non-denominational, just all over the map, Pentecostal, and the staff loved each other. The staff was like a family, and the staff at camp became some of my closest friends in the world, people that I call when I'm having a personal crisis, people that I'm not afraid to contact late at night when life is hard. Like, these are people who I feel a deep connection to, kinship with. And yet, for the most part, my coworkers at Camp Barnabas were not people I'd want to go to the same church as, because very few of the staff had the same denominational background as me, and which means they had somewhat different theological beliefs. Beliefs that would make attending the same church week in and week out difficult, but beliefs that would not make seeing these people as fellow Christians difficult. So when I think about my coworkers at Camp Barnabas, ones that I wouldn't really want to go to the same church as, because my closest friend, for example, from camp was very Pentecostal, and I'm not really very Pentecostal, and a very Pentecostal church would I would have a very difficult time in that kind of environment. I would find it really, really frustrating in a lot of different ways, for a lot of different reasons. But my friend who was very Pentecostal, I would never say that he and I were divided, not in any way that matters. So we go to different churches, okay? But we're not divided. He's my brother, and he sees me as a brother, and there's a deep bond there. And so, I think it's important to not overstate that division. If your fellow Christian is someone that you trust and someone that you see as an ally in this difficult thing called life on earth, and someone for whom you pray for when they're in trouble, like, attending different churches because you have different theological beliefs doesn't mean you're divided from each other. So I think it's important to just pursue unity of doctrine, certainly. But not to think that until we get there, we're just in this hopeless state of divisiveness, because that's not true either. We can look at our fellow brothers and sisters in Christ and say, we might not agree about a lot of things yet, but in this moment, right now, and presently, we're united in our love for Christ. We're not divided. And may God enable us to be fully united one day.